Hey guys, what's up? It's DrPepperAirsoft coming back with another video here today, and this is on my new Polarstar AR M4 rifle that I've been using for a bunch of games. So this gun, it's the same internals as my previous gun that I filmed for years and years and years. It's the same style, Polarstar Jack, the version 1 engine, and the big thing is, do I want to upgrade to a different engine? You know, air efficiency of the MTWs, the Wolverines, or do I want to go to the new Kythera, or do I want to go to a full engine, or so on, so on, so on. For me personally, for as often as I play, which is a couple times a month-ish, not too hard, I'm not really worried about that. So I just like using my Polarstar Jack. It works fine. Never had a problem with anything with the Jack, with my gun itself. I have had problems with my regulators and my tanks. Tanks leaking, regulators just being shot and broken. And so literally shot and figuratively shot. So overall, never had a problem with Polarstar. So I'm just going to keep sticking with this until something really major happens. So first off, this is a Krytac, standard Krytac blower with a stippled grip, which I believe I'm going to be changing out to one of those nice amoeba grips. I really like the feel and the overall thickness of the amoeba grip. I really like the stipple grip, but the overall thinness and just the overall small part of the grip I do not like. So I want to go with something a little bit beefier for my hands, so I don't have to keep hitting the selector switch when it comes down. I want something a little bit thicker here. Just my personal preference. So then, next up is my M-Lok Rail. It is I believe a Daniel Defense? I don't know what it is. I bought it off a hop-up. I keep barrel cover on it. So I just keep one of those. Just going over all my whole setup. I have a Magpul Repro. Works perfectly fine. Use this a ton. Have had no problems with it. The real one is like 30 bucks. 20-30 bucks. I have the fake one, which was like $6 on Amazon. Same thing with sling. Do not need a real Magpul sling. This is a cheap one, 15 bucks off of Amazon. Works completely fine. And so that's what I have on here. I'll take this off real quick. So this is my M-Lok, which I think is by far the prettier and nicer rail system compared to Keymod or anything else what people use. And then on it I have a QD flash hider, counterclockwise, 14. Or never mind, it is a positive. No, wait, no, it's negative, sorry. It's a negative 14 millimeter. So I have that. And the overall point of my gun is, I wanted a gun that I could use for a bunch of different environments. If I wanted to go with this is my QD sling, my QD suppressor. Brush it in, like that. And you just pop it off like that. So I have that. I also have a tracer unit. So the tracer unit I can use for night games or indoors. I want to be able to put this on. Like so. And have a little suppressor. And I know it does kind of look a little bit weird with the smaller suppressor on a big rifle, but I wanted something I could also run with pistols if I wanted to run the silencer on pistols. So I just went with this smaller one, which honestly it looks fine, but that's why I have the smaller one. This is the Ace-Tech Lighter S. It's worked wonderful. I'll put some footage of it shooting right here. And then also, if I wanted to run a gun with a long suppressor, I have my HK, which looks very nice, with the foam-filled tip. So it's foam-filled. So besides the use of my EOTech replica, this is the 5530. I don't know what it is. It's the medium version, I believe. And so which I really love the style of EOTech because I know it's all the hype, but I also have a Micro T1, which I can change it out for if I want to use something more in a just a different environment. And then if I'm playing long range Milsim games or something where I need to see quite far, I have my 3x Osprey Global EOTech that I can slap on right there, and it can go with that. Also, if I'm playing night games, I have my, since this setup is just for River City right now, the medium engagement distance with the just pretty much sleek, I have my replica PQ box, the light and laser, and everything like that. So there's no batteries in it, but I do have that. I also have a tan one for my other gun, but this is something that I would put on right on the front and use that for indoor games or night games, whatever have you. So I have, it's a nice black, all black setup. I really think it's nice and clean. And speaking of the front, I have a Magpul Mini, the little stubby grip. And I love these grips because I can grab it like so, like this. And that you really get really nice solid control over it compared to the angled grip or nothing at all. And then right here I have some Ranger bands. I carry 2 Ranger bands just in case I need to tie something down under here or whatnot. I also run Ranger bands when I'm doing the PQ box on the front. And then speaking of which, if I pop out the bolt, get to the inside. In the inside I run a, as you can see, the Polarstar Jack. I run a Pro-Win. It's the blue Pro-Win, standard Pro-Win with a Mad Bull 6.03 Type bore barrel with a orange. I can't remember the bucking, but I also have the flat hop nub. It's a flat hop bucking. I just can't remember the brand's orange. And so I run that. It shoots absolute distance in this gun if I adjust it correctly. And so I have that. As you can tell from this setup, it's nice and shiny. I can get it to focus. Hang on. See that? It's nice and shiny. It's a pretty color. Everything looks nice and sharp. The engraving of the Pro-Win is engraved. I've had this Pro-Win for years and years and years. Back when this was all the hype. Now it's changed to, I can't remember the exact name. Again, I'm coming up short today, guys. I'm sorry, but this was the hype, and this is what I've used for years. But as I'll show in footage of the other version, which is absolute trash. The quality control of these have really gone down, and I've had major problems with this, with a CZI Type bore barrel not working at all, with the same internals and the same everything, and it just does not hold up. Did not work, did not feed, did not shoot. And so I switched it to this with the same barrel, same everything, and it worked just fine. So I would honestly not recommend getting one of these unless you get a used one with the, just, you can tell almost by the engraving, having a nice engraving and not just painted on. Just the quality control of that has really gone down. So I just have, and this one works fine. This one works really, really well for everything I need to do. Going on next to my amped line. This is the amped IGL or EGL amped line. Oopsies. So I've upgraded to this nicer line. I like the green. A lot of people go with like the pink or vibrant colors. So this is what I went with, this like camo green color, which is pretty close to the DPA color in a way. But it's not super bright. So I like that. That's what I went with. All personal preference. So if you guys don't know what Ranger bands are, these are Ranger bands. You can use them for a bunch of different things. They're super strong, super tight bands. They come in a whole pack. They're pretty cheap. You can buy them on Amazon. I got a whole bag of them. And they work really well just for tying down different things. You know, your lights or your flashlights or your grips or something, just to keep them nice and secure. And these look a lot cleaner than rubber bands or zip ties, and they feel a lot better. Really good stuff. Come in a 35 pack. Not too expensive. A bunch of different sizes. I also want to talk about this. If you guys, this is the Spunky Black High Pressure Pipe. You can buy this on Amazon for about $75, and this has saved me this year. With the whole Corona, it has shut down a bunch of non-essential businesses, and I really wanted to work on my airsoft guns and do a bunch of different things, so I picked this up. If you go to a scuba shop, depending on where you're from, different fields will have it for free or for, you know, $10, $5, somewhere around there. And that's every time you fill up the tank, or sometimes they might do a pass. It just depends where you're from, but overall it's about, you know, 5 to 10 to fill up a tank of air, which you probably go through about a tank of air a game. Well, with this is a SCBA pressure system. These run for about $75, which is about 7 tanks worth. So if you get into airsoft, I would highly recommend getting one of these. If you didn't know, in the fire department, they use SCBA tanks. That's the same air that you can power airsoft guns off of. It's the same as scuba air, but scuba air is very big tanks. You have to get those filled. At the fire department, every fire department has their own filling station. So if you have a fireman buddy, or you become buddies with a fireman, you get this for $75. You buy him lunch or something, or whatever, and you get them to fill your tanks for you for however long. Same system, quick, super easy, two valve system. Just do not overfill your tanks. There's gauges on everything, your tank, the regulator, this, and everything. So you should have no problem. So again, I would highly recommend going with one of these, $75-ish. You can buy. You can also get a PCP pump for about $200. You can find that on Amazon or other retailers. And that takes a very, very long time to pump it. It's like a little tire pump, little air bike pump. And you can do that too, but it takes a really long time. This is super quick, super easy if you know a fireman in the fire department. So that's something I would highly recommend getting. I can also go over a video if you guys are really interested in on how to set this up, because you might not be sure, but we can definitely go over a video on how easy and easy it is to set these up. So for my tanks, I run Ninja, simple Ninja tanks. This is a 48 cubic inch. I've had problems with my 262 cubic inch tanks leaking, so this is what I've been running. This holds up fine because there's no leakage with these, so that's really great. And then for my regulators, I have a amped LPR version 2. This works fine. And I also have a Ninja, the original Ninja, which got shot out, so I just updated it. And this works also fine. I've had weird problems with either of these regulators not working with my older tanks. This regulator works on my newer tank. This one works on my, this one works on my older tank. This one works on my new. It's a long, confusing mess that I do not want to get into. It's too much of a headache. So, but for this newest tank, I have 3. So my newer, older, whatever. This one works fine on any of them. So I have those just in case if anything went wrong. But make sure if you do, keep your regulators. Don't just sell them, because there are things that can go wrong and you'll be out of luck. I run just a simple standard line. And then for my fire control unit, in every Polarstar, there's a little chip to power the battery to tell the gun what to do. I have ran these Valken 250 milliamp 7.4 volt light posts. These work fine. Got 2 of them. And then I also got a Hobby King, great website. This Nanotech Eternity 300 milliamp 7.4 volt. And these work fine as well. So I have a couple of these just in case. I've never gone through a battery ever, but it's nice just to have a couple just in case if one puffs up or you lose one or whatnot. So have those as well. Alright guys, I believe that wraps up my entire video of my rifle, and I hope you guys enjoyed this update on the gun I've been running. I know I get a couple questions at the field and in the comments about people what I think I run, and so this is my updated version. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, and please comment. I love reading your comments. And thanks for watching guys. DrPepperAirsoft signing out.